Today on the channel, we're back to the G.I. Joe Classified series, and what is old is new again with another repainted bat, this time the Crimson Bat.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from the latest G.I. Joe Classified series wave, we've got the Crimson Bat. What is old is new again, apparently. But for all your G.I. Joe Classified series needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your total order. Gotta get a deal out there. And like I said, we've had the Bat before. We had the OG regular version of Bat, probably everybody's favorite. We had the Python Patrol version. Now we got a new version, the Crimson Bat, which I do not remember, and I think this was basically made up for this toy line. Who knows? Maybe it was in one of the later comic books, something like that, but I believe this is brand new for the Classified series here. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Let's start it off with the old packaging. We got number 60 in the G.I. Joe Classified series line, number 60 right there. But there it is, very, very interesting packaging, of course, as you guys can see, and we all know, plastic-free at this point. But we do get the artwork on the front, the Classified series logo there, the Crimson Bat down below. Number 60 on the side, very interesting. I do like the wraparound packaging here, but it does look a little strange on the side, just seeing a little piece of that going on. But it is the Crimson Bat at the end of the day. And see in the back of the package here, you got the blurb, all that, and nothing really to talk about, nothing really to see back here. It is the Bat with a lot of the usual stuff, the battle-damaged armor plates, things like that. Just not a lot of stuff that's new right here. And this is an army builder, of course, as we do know. It's all about building those armies. We love building those armies. But, you know, I think most people are building the army with maybe the Python Patrol, but for sure the regular edition Bat. I don't know if there's a need to build a Crimson Bat army, but I don't know. You guys tell me, is there a need for that? I guess let me know in the comments down below. Nothing else in there, so we'll see you later. Goodbye. And then look at this. We get the old coffin case here, the little field case, looking good. We've seen these with all of them. Red for Cobra, blue for the Joes. Very cool. I do like this. I do like that we get these. Then we get the old parchment paper accessories inside here, but looking really good. I'm going to stick this off to the side. We do get the Bat. Oh, there he is, looking like a bat, a Crimson Bat in the old cardboard prison. Don't call it plastic. Hard to break that habit, of course. And we got the rope tie downs on this guy, like we're accustomed to. We're used to the ropes tying these guys all down. And there it is right there. Goodbye, see you later, and then off to the side in the garbage. See you later. Bat is out. Let's get these accessories out. See what's going on, see what all the fuss is about. And I think we know what the fuss is about, as we've seen this multiple times here on the channel. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's look at these accessories first. No extra hands in the hand way, but we get weapon hands is what we get here. But we do get a nice little side piece, all in black. Seen it before. I'm sure we'll see it again, but we do get this one. We do get the chest plates going on here, so we got different versions. We got the nice bullet holes on them, and then we got a nice clean chest plate here with the Cobra logo. At least we got some differences going on here with some of the paint and stuff. And of course, we're going to compare this to the other Classified series Bats in this very video, so stay tuned for that. But I do like the looks of these. So you can choose your own adventure. If you get 3 of them, you can have 3 different chest plates, and that's kind of my goal or my idea or my thought process, whatever you want to call it with this Bat. I'll probably get 3 of them. That is my plan, at least as of right now. We do get the different weapon arm attachments. We've seen these before. We got the kind of pincher hands, so if he wants to walk up behind a Joe and pinch him, he can do that with these pincher hands. Then we do get the firearm blaster right here, and then more our traditional blaster. So, as usual, choose your own hand adventure. Once again, you have 3 of these guys. You have each one going on your figure. There it is. We do get the familiar backpack here. We've seen this before. I love that you can store all the weapons, all that kind of stuff on here if need be. Not a lot to write home, but of course it plugs in classic G.I. Joe style in the back like that. Then we get down to the figure and we get the 2 heads, and I believe It's Reuse City. Once again, we get the battle-damaged head, which always looks nice. I love that kind of broken helmet and the robotronics of the eye kind of going through. Robotronics, is it a word? It is now. But looking good there. It is damaged. It is beat up. No issues with that. And of course, you get 3 of these, a couple of these. You mix it up. Make them feel a little bit different. That's the smart thing to do in the Army Builder to encourage the fan base to Army build. Give different variations, things like that. Makes a lot of sense to me. Now we get the old bat here and the bat head. Once again, looking just like the bat head. You got the silver and red this time against the black accents. Of course, you have the Crimson Guard, which we just recently got from G.I. Joe. We got a Walmart retro version coming. Of course, you got the Crimson Twins, Zaymot and Tomac. So you could build out a little shelf of these kind of guys together. But the bats, to me, it's just a weird color combination. It's just one of those variants that's really not a must-have. And I'm guessing between the 3, it's probably going to be my least favorite, but we'll see when we compare them here in a second. But articulation-wise, head, removable head, back and forth, all over the place with this head. Tons of movement there. The neck piece is separate pegs, so you get even extra movement out of the head on this bat, which is interesting for a robot to have that much articulation in the head and the neck. You got the butterfly shoulders, always do love that. You get the bicep cut, side to side, back and forth, looking good. Single jointed elbows? No, they're double jointed. Yeah, they are double jointed. A little bit of looseness in the elbows here, I will say. Hand can be removable, of course, side to side, back and forth. Nice robot hand, looking good. You get the traditional ab crunch. You can even hear it. There it is right there. And then waist articulation, of course. He can do those big old bat robot splits if he needs to. And then you got the drop down hips, of course. You get that big leg stretch if you need to on the drop down hips. A little bit tight in there. Then you get the thigh cut. Love it that the holsters block the thigh cut. I always do love that. Double jointed pinless knees playing the hits here. Then you get the boot cut looking really nice. Then the ankles back and forth, side to side. You got the nice red jumpsuit throughout. You get the gray pouches here on the side where you can store his weapon, is of course. And then you get some of the black highlights, the black arms, the black around the neck and the collar, and then the gray boots. Just not crazy colorful, but enough color to just kind of bring out the highlights and make things look good. Of course, you get the center plate here, all the robot wires, robotics. Is that what I said? Robotniks? What did I say earlier? But you get some of that going on, and of course, you can put those chest plates on if you want to make it a little bit different there. But not a bad figure. One, I don't know. Are we at bat overload? Will this be the last bat in the classified line? I think it needs to. We need a little bit of break, I think, from these bat army builders. Get us some different army builders. Maybe that would be the way to go. Give us some of the more crazier Vipers. Let's get that instead of this bat. But you know how it is. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how that is all the time. We talk about it on the channel. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save 10%. Make sure you get the Mattel stands. And what do you know? Fits right on there, fits on there perfectly. And we did talk about some of the other Vipers, so we do got them. We got the Python Patrol Viper, and then we got the OG traditional Viper. Looks like a lot of reuse across the board on these guys. And it makes sense, like I always do say. You got a Cobra insignia logo on the side of his shoulder here you don't have on some of the other bats. Well, you got it on the Python, but not the... No, you got it on all of them. What am I saying? I guess you do have it, just different locations for them. So there is some paint differences, definitely color differences on these guys, but at the end of the day, they are definitely a bat team, and I guess you could mix these guys together if you needed to. I mean, there's nobody saying you can't do that, but an interesting threesome of different bats. I guess first, my favorite, if I'm ranking these bats, it's the OG one. That's got to be number one. That's what we think of when we think of bats. When we close our eyes at night and we think of the Cobra bat, that's what you think of. After that, I'm going to Python Patrol. I'm just going, I like the color scheme. I like that. I like the whole idea of it. And then I guess this one just because... I don't know. It's just weird to me to have a Crimson bat. I think of the Crimson Guard in this color combination. I just don't think of the bats, and that's because it is new for sure. But it definitely is an interesting figure. Just don't know if it's going to set the world on fire. Then, of course, you get Zaymot and Tomac out. Got to get them out. They can have some bats they're patrolling. They can have the Crimson Guard with them. They can go all in there. But an interesting one that's not for everybody. And I think out of all the G.I. Joe Classified Series Army Builders we've had so far, I have a feeling this one might be the least desirable. I guess you guys sound off in the comments. Let me know if you agree with that assessment. But I just don't think there is the love for this one as maybe some of the other ones. That being said, we all know what happens if this goes to discount. This goes to $12, $13, $7, whatever it may be. I think a lot of people will army build these, even if they aren't their favorites. But a cheap army builder is a cheap army builder, and we see that a lot there, out there in a lot of toy lines, G.I. Joe included. But you guys let me know your thoughts on the Crimson Bat. Let me know if you're picking it up. Let me know if you're passing on it. And while you're here, make sure you like the video. Give the old Hacksaw Jim Duggan thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the old notification bell when you subscribe to this very YouTube channel, as we're unboxing all things G.I. Joe. You guys know that. We love our Joes over here on the channel. And then don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Patreon, of course, your best way to support the channel. Early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, Q&As, and giveaways too. Check out the Patreon. It just truly is your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for a little Crimson Bat, I'm a little Crimson Kyle, and I'll see you guys all real soon.